Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joanei Davis. I am a sixth grade teacher at Tilden Middle School in Philadelphia, PA. I teach sixth grade social studies and science. I am also enrolled at Grand Canyon University, receiving my Master's of Education and a teacher certification. Today, I will be explaining the IEP process. The IEP actually stands for Individual Education Program, and this program is falls underneath the IDEA Act, which is the Individuals with Disabilities um, Education Act. And basically, in order for an IEP to be in place, there's a series of steps that involves creating a written plan for the student who have a disability, or you can consider it gifted. One of the very first things that occur is a referral. And this referral can be from a parent, or it can also be from a teacher in the school. For me, I spoke with a parent the other day, and we are thinking about going in that direction for a student that I'm currently teaching. Um, then the next process is determining whether or not if this student is actually eligible for special education services. The next thing would be an assessment, and this is basically to evaluate that child's academic and functional performance. The thing that I find the most interested in the assessment part is sometimes you can also have a 504 plan, which is another option outside of an IEP, because IEP is more when the child who has a disability is being impaired from their learning versus a 504 plan that child may have a disability but is not really impairing their learning. They just really need to be more accommodated, versus with an IEP is accommodations, is assistance, is it goes to a different level. And then the next thing that would take place after that assessment is an IEP meeting. And this will be when a team, a team of people, or you could say teachers, mom, dad, student, special education teacher, lead, will discuss the things that this child may need and write it up in documentation, create a document for this student. And then the next thing will be the consent from the parent to make sure that this child, they agree that the child will receive those services, and that this is how it will take place and how we will communicate, and what will be their performance levels, and what will be their goals, and how will this be done. And this can happen in um, quarterly. The After that meeting, there's this, you have the implementation of it, and then you have these quarterly meetings or progress meetings about that child's progress with their IEP. Are they doing better? Or are they doing worse? Do we need to change this, or do we need to change that? Should we add this, or should we take that away? And pretty much the same people who were there at that very first IEP meeting will be the same people who will be at that quarterly progress meeting too. And then once the entire school year passes by, there's an annual IEP meeting. Now, this IEP meeting is a little bit different than that quarterly one, because it's a whole entire reevaluation for that student, because there may be things that that student has progressed from. There may be goals that that child has met, so that is no longer needed in that IEP for the following school year. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Um, and then this process repeats for this child for however long they may be receiving special education services. One of the bigger things that I think is important with a student who have an IEP process is making sure that everybody is 100% communicating with each other on this child's needs and the things that needs to be done so that they can reach their educational goals. Um, but that kind of sums up my presentation. And if anybody have any questions, concerns, or life experiences with the IEP process, you can always reach out to me, and we can just share those experiences together. Thank you.